Hey guys, it's your boy Little Man Reacts, and I'm back with another reaction. Not really a reaction. We kind of got something a little bit different here, man. This is to all the Insane Clown Posse fans. We're going to go with a little thing, a little documentary. It's called the Insane Clown Posse Original Shockumentary. Somebody sent me the link. It's a 36-minute video, so we're going to chop this up as like one of our films. I'm not going to chop it up in sections, though. We're going to do the whole thing, watch the whole thing, and see what it's all about, man. I'm excited to jump into this thing, guys. Before I do, like, comment, subscribe down below. And another thing is, I probably won't do a whole lot of talking. You guys are just going to watch it with me. I'll let you know what I think at the end, guys. Let's go.
Our fans for ICP define the term fan. It's short for fanatical.
And a cup with a hat full of tricks, trunk full of Faygo, car full of faction. Wicked clowns were like to sing with ducks, the cobras, X-Men and cops, and everybody with clown love, even stuff I never heard of.
Once they start listening to ICP, they stop listening to other music. They listen exclusively to ICP, and they take it quite seriously. I look into the faces of our fans, and I see that they've been touched by the Dark Carnival the same way that I've been.
Welcome to the House of Horror!
Well, my name's Vince Monaster. I'm 17 years old. My room, I guess it's just a collection of ICP stuff. You know, I take pride in it. Number one, most important, would have to be the Dog Beach poster. Violent J, a couple years back, drew that himself in his living room. This head here I got autographed at Hot Hits. This is just my chicken. A couple years ago I found it in my attic, so I decided to hang him up by a noose and stick him on my light. The chicken hunting song's just fresh. That's just a representation of the whole meaning of ICP. It's so fresh. All these comic books represent ICP from just chilling, being normal guys, and how the government screwed them over and stuck them down in the toxic waste dumps, and how now they're wicked cons and they're ruling Southwest Delray. These are mad fresh. These are what ICP is all about. These are the freshest.
The ICP guys work for me. You want to call what they did work? Yeah, I guess you could say they work for me. Spent about 2 weeks with me. Probably cost me more money than they made me. We were doing some industrial waste holding tanks. There's some toxic smells coming out of that stuff, so usually we'd wear a respirator, some rubber boots to keep you from getting in contact, rubber gloves, make sure you don't want to get that stuff all over you. But they didn't seem to mind getting that stuff all over.
Factories, toxic waste and chemicals that have strange effects on the animals.
They jump right in tanks, up to their knees in garbage. They seem to enjoy being in mud, in the grime. They seem to fit right in. It's definitely a good thing that they're making it on stage and with a microphone, because holding a job I don't think they can do. If they have to go back into the workforce, I feel sorry for their employers.
But that's okay, because the stove's just on the block.
The average ICP fan is extremely loyal. I mean, they come to the shows, and most of them are going to paint their faces just like their heroes, which are Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope.
As far as the makeup goes, dude, it's just all part of being a clown.
I'm Violent J, dressed up. I always dress up every concert because everybody else does, I guess.
They started wearing it, so we wear it. Everybody wears it who goes to the concerts. It's all just a part of their wicked clown concept.
Basically, to them, there's nothing fantasy about it. It's what they're into. They're into the whole clown and carnival thing, and it really is a real existence to them.
Most of us really don't know them personally because they make it a point to not be seen, not be anywhere near the venue before or after the show.
My mom totally hates them. I'm not allowed to listen to them when she's home, but, I don't care.
I think they stink, they blow, they suck. They're filthy, they're vile, they're raunchy, they can't carry a tune, they can't even carry a rap, they suck.
It's just not her taste of music. My mom likes White Zombie.
I like a little bit of Pantera, a little bit of White Zombie. A couple of their songs I can relate to were ICP. They are definitely way past a parent's worst nightmare.
One time I came home from school and all my CDs were gone. He took all my CDs over to my grandma's because he thought I was acting up because of them. I was so mad, I destroyed my whole room. But I don't give a man.
They hate it, but I still go. I don't give a what they say.
When they were first started out, before they were Insane Clown Posse, they were called Inner City Posse, and I guess they were some sort of gang. I don't really know much about that.
Well, what we have here is some old ICP gang graffiti, and the K next to the word ICP, that pretty much means that some local gang put the word out to take out ICP.
They just said they just had this calling that switched totally from the whole, I guess, like gangster type thing to the whole what is now Insane Clown Posse.
They just, right after they made their first album, they got out of that, I think, and they turned into Insane Clowns. I don't know.
Nothing about ICP is there for chance. All of it has a reason. All is like a piece of the puzzle. Carnival of Carnage is kind of like the first Joker's card, and it sets the tone. The second Joker's card is the Ringmaster. He runs the Carnival of Carnage, or the Dark Carnival. The next Joker's card, that's the riddle. If you die, you know, it's kind of like you go up to the little box and you turn, and it pops up good, and you go ahead and it pops up bad, and you go to hell.
Great Malenko, the new era of the fourth Joker's card is going to be unbelievable. I see the fourth Joker's card as being a worldwide event.
I'm Monterey and I'm back like a vertebrae. And a cup with a hat full of trucks. Trunk full of Faygo, car full of facts.
Faygo's the ghetto pop. If you take a look around, we're here in the ghetto here in Detroit, and we were all raised drinking cheap soda pop. We can't afford Pepsi and Coca-Cola like Michael Jackson, you know what I mean?
And the whole ICP thing with Faygo is they've been drinking it since they were kids, and they really like it. And then just one time, all of a sudden, they just kind of took it and just threw it on the crowd, and everybody kind of had a riot.
One day we were doing a concert in Detroit. We were doing synchronized dancing, and he kept messing up the steps. So I grabbed the 2-liter Faygo and I busted him in the head with it. And everybody cheered and everybody loved it because it didn't make sense. So I turned around and he whacked me in the face with a 3-liter, and thus the war began. The crowd started throwing Faygo. Next thing I looked, the club owner was swinging off the balcony with a 2-liter Faygo. My manager was jumping up and down on a 3-liter. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. It was pure pandemonium. And I'll tell you why people love it, because it doesn't make any sense.
Kids, they just love it. They just cannot get enough Faygo Cola thrown on them.
If I was to go into your living room with one 2-liter, shake it up and spray it on the walls, we'd have a problem. Imagine 300 of them.
When you're wearing the makeup, it's not fun, but it's cool. I mean, you get into it. It's pretty cool. It's
Crazy.
yeah.
Dude, I don't know, if it wasn't for ICP, Faygo wouldn't be half as fresh it is, but we all drank Faygo when we were kids, you know, 'cause it was cheaper, and, you know, you had tons of flavors to decide too, but ICP's made it boom. They've made it blow up everywhere, at least for around here.
The world-famous Faygo box of flavor, stuffed full of our favorite beverage. Holds about 300 2-liters, ton of pop. It's the 69 cents because we have to buy so much of it, ain't cheap. Faygo balloons for the uninitiated who like to hide in the back behind their girlfriend. It's right here, Super Soaker. These should reach the balcony. Nobody's safe.
When we come out of the concert, soaking wet with Faygo, you're wet, and it's 30 degrees, it's cold.
I love
so, and you get in your car, and you're all wet and sticky. I mean, we never thought about it, but I'm sure you should take towels, but we never did.
Yeah, we always did.
Faygo loves us. We're like their best customer. They give us a great deal. Delivery's prompt. They send us Christmas cards, but they don't want to be associated with us in print or anything. They love our money, but they don't like us personally. So I'm used to it.
I'm working on a documentary in Chicago on a band called the Insane Clown Posse. Are you familiar with them?
Okay, I'm going to tell you two things and only two things. The first one is we make Faygo for family consumption. And beyond that, I have no comment whatsoever.
They're getting rich and we're getting famous, so we're all happy. The Hard Times tour bus here, giving it away to some lucky fan tonight. Piece of junk, doesn't run on gas, runs on Faygo pop.
Yeah, these are the winners of the Insane Clown Posse Hard Times Tour Bus Contest.
No matter what weapons you use, will never die.
We thought that we'd have a little contest where, you know, some devoted fans threw in some really cool items, such as like photographs of like rednecks being like run over by lawnmowers. And
ICP! Or what if I sold out like a bitch and took the makeup off and we walked? Call myself Detroit.
I'm like beyond words, you know, I'm all acting all crooked now and everything. I don't even know what to say. This is just so much. You know, and this is just gonna, you know, help me even more to be down with ICP and forever. And I always dig their music and always just worship them to death.
ICP, you guys kick ass.
I'm running you from prison. The great Malenko was sick. God damn, this batch is awful.
I don't want any more of this garbage sent to my house.
I'm Pat Peterson from Naperville, Illinois. I've been a professional handwriting analyst since 1980. I look at the T-bars, I look at the margin, I look at the signature. It's all highly important. Sean has hyper-punctuation. It's one thing to use a little bit of punctuation, but when there's too much punctuation, it is pounding your fist on the table. It says, listen to me, I'm afraid nobody is listening.
When I was in school, I've seen a few people wearing great Malenko t-shirts. There was one kid who was wearing a Hootie and the Blowfish shirt the day before, so I went up to him and I said, bitch, you ain't no ninja.
There's also somebody who can be very explosive, someone who will have an outburst and violence. I would want to meet this person. You have Eileen, who chose to write this envelope in a crayon, which is, again, somebody who is excessive. Look at the envelope, it's actually dirty looking.
If by some chance I do meet you, I'd love to have my tongue.
So you have someone here who may be slovenly themselves. Matt has some formations up in here that look satanic in nature. He's also written some things here that look like graffiti, which could be cult or gang related. I would say after looking at all of these handwritings, I've dealt with men in prison, seen their handwritings, and a lot of these look like what I've encountered with men behind bars, and I'd say like wash my hands after dealing with this group of people. They're scary. Shaggy's writing is in all capital letters, and it's all printed. Likes the limelight, likes center stage, but says don't get to know me. I'm vague, I'm an enigma, I'm smoke. What you see is not what you get. This person, in essence, goes home and takes up a man. All right, we're looking at Violet J's writing. This handwriting, as opposed to Shaggy's, is a much more spontaneously written writing. They've taken a lot of what they learned in school and just blown it away, so to speak, and now they're doing exactly what they want to do. I would also say that the relationship with the father might not have been all that he wanted it to be. There might have been some rebellion to the father figure, which means that today authority figures in general kind of rebellion. There is a defiance. You have a lot of sharp points that come down on the extenders, and these are sometimes people who like to inflict some pain on others, whether it's sarcasm or physical. I would see this writing typically in someone who could be in jail. I might see it in someone who would be there for violent crimes, sadistic violent crimes. I see this in the writing of killers.
Shaggy, 2 Jeff, and Violent J. Hey, what's up? I love you guys. You are the bomb. I even have this pet poodle dog, and I shaved ICP in its back. It wasn't mean or anything. It actually looks cool. But now it's kind of fading. Love a kick-ass fan, Elizabeth. Down to Pond Fly. This is Pepper, my dog. It's a toy poodle. I don't know, one day I was just bored, so I decided, like, well, why not? His hair is getting longer, so I said, like, I might as well just shave into his back because I was bored, so I did, and it looked pretty cool. So I decided to do it again.
If we learned the auctions off an hour of broadcasting to raise money for the Nordorf Robbins Music Therapy Foundation. This year, the hour was purchased by Island Records. This is how they decided to spend their money.
There's some color. Now first I'm gonna outline the ICP with green, and I'm gonna color the rest of it in orange. My parents don't really like rap that much, so I try to keep it low-key. I just kind of listen to it like on my Walkman or stuff, or I'm at school or something.
What I know about clowns isn't that much. I know they're a rap group, and Elizabeth listens to them. The lyrics on some of their songs are inappropriate, even though I know a lot of people probably use that kind of language. Here in mid-America, it's a little bit inappropriate for us.
The stuff they have about the women and stuff like that, I don't really take it literally, so it doesn't really like bother me that much. I know some people who think it's like degrading or something like that.
The Great Malinka has to go, unfortunately for Liz. The language just didn't fit in with around here. It's bye-bye after this.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good on him. Pepper's down clown for life.
Come on in. Come on. I am a big fan of ICP. I love them. They represent me. They're my boys. I'd lick them all over. I've been wanting to invite you into my boudoir.
Right over here.
I have a persona, you might say. She comes out. In the makeup, when I put it on, the name just came to me. Choco. And this is Choco. And she just sort of appeared in the mirror as I was putting stuff on me. These are the letters, copies of letters that I've sent. Almost all of them, but I can't find the copy of the one that I signed in my own blood. I hope they got it, because I don't want my DNA floating around out there just loose. Well, this is one of my favorites. I've been clownified. Indigestion? I got a condition. It's called clownitis. It comes from clownosis, from practicing clownism and thinking clowny thoughts. I've been clownified. Feels good. Everybody says, oh, Shaggy's the cute one, and I guess we all know this little hot body and all that. I don't know what to say. I guess it's true, but oh, Violent J. Chuck was crazy about you. I think you know that.
ICP tattoos, I do myself 2 or 3 a week in the summertime. When these kids turn 65 and they hit the shuffleboard course down in Florida, the people without tattoos are going to be a minority.
Yeah, I've done quite a few ICP tattoos. There's always people coming in wanting the clown design.
My name's Brian. I'm getting a tattoo of Riddlebox.
You look concerned there, Brian.
Just checking it out.
So tell me how you're going to feel when you're 60 with an insane clown for
I don't know. I don't even think about that yet. What the Riddlebox means to me, it's basically the fact that it's just like life. As you turn that crank, you never know when it's going to pop up or what's going to pop out. When Judgment Day comes, the only thing that's going to happen is what you've done. I don't remember the quotation on the inside of the cover, but I pretty much summarized most of it.
All done. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, it marks a time in his life, something he has. It's part of him now.
There's no turning back. It's gonna be there for a long time. Until I'm dead and rotted away, that's for sure.
What I like about the merchandise, everything. Their logos are cool, their t-shirts are cool, most of them got swearing on them, that makes them even cooler.
Everybody knows me as Vinny the ICP kid. I walk through halls every day with my pants off my ass, my pants sagging with all my t-shirts. I have enough t-shirts to go like a month and a half, 2 months without repeating the same one.
I say I'm sick, get the nugget, and you love it. I ain't a dead body, I ain't proud of it. I told you all about it, and you all about it.
I got posters, stickers, little stickers, videos, everything.
Insane Clown Posse merchandise. Every kid wants one. Let's see what we got tonight. Got the new Great Malenko in the fresh alternative Kelly green color for all the alternative kids with chain wallets. They can sport that fresh. Kids just gotta have it. Mom and dad don't like it. Big seller. The infamous Great Malenko hockey jersey. Isn't that devastating? Big seller. 150 bucks. And we don't take credit cards.
In total, spending money in the ICP, I'd have to be up around 2,000, 3,000 at least. It's totally worth it.
The official Zippo lighter, real Zippo, lifetime guarantee, not any of that cheap crap like Metallica sells.
This lighter right here is the Riddle Box. This one right here is the Ringmaster. This one, Carnage one.
Hats, we got green, red, so you can represent Great Malenko. The world famous Stranglemania, hosted by ICP. This is one of our biggest sellers.
Dude, Cactus Sack representing that tape. That is just the best tape ever, dude. He bleeds everywhere, got barbed wire matches, kinds of crazy.
Yeah, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you've got to see this. It's 100 minutes of people trying to kill each other, and it's funny.
Dude, just blood and guts spill everywhere. That's what life's all about. People getting their flesh just ripped apart, getting barbed wire stopped at their ass, fucking around with chainsaws. It's just a fresh.
The secret to ICP's merchandise is just this. You might not like ICP's music, what they stand for. You might not like hip-hop music, whatever, but you're gonna like our stuff. Look at this. You gotta have it.
I'll be showing you artwork, and we're going to listen to some music and also watch some videos. I'm going to start out by showing you some of the picture designs for the band. Pass them around and just check them out, see which ones you like the best, and what you think in general of the design, any kind of message that you think that it's telling people.
I'd like to make a comment about the red one.
Sure.
And the white one. The red one sort of kind of reminds me of gay-related. The white one, in a sense, would be more like, I don't know, when I see the three fingers going up, reminds me of a pitchfork, something satanic-related.
And they look too spooky, more like, really, like Halloween. But you know, the kids could relate more to that music. It's too frightening.
This is a blow-up of one of their tables.
Are you serious?
One of their
Do they sell it in the X-rated section anymore? That is disgusting. That degrades women completely. They're pigs and they're perverted. It's perverted. It's not having anything to do with music.
Does anybody know about the Disney thing? What about them? They were on the Hollywood Records, which is the Disney label, and Disney threw them off.
What reputation Disney has, they have lesbians and homosexuals making cartoons now. And if you look at the label of Little Mermaid, you'll see penises in gold. Okay? Disney's gonna lose their reputation.
Yeah, I just see the devil's work.
Yeah.
Without trying to sound fanatical.
So a lot of you people may not take this seriously, but let's bring up, one idiot guy who took how many people with him in the Nike gym shoes? In California, they have one group. Yeah, whatever that guy was. I mean, you know, nobody took him seriously. Oh, everybody thought he was just an idiot. What makes you think that these two kids from wherever they were, Detroit or wherever, take 70,000, 80,000 of our teenagers with them in a big amphitheater?
Dead bodies in the back of my van. All the little kiddies love the dead body man.
It reminds me so much of in the Bible how it says the kids that just turn against their parents. So here we have the Antichrist right here telling them.
Or the Antichrist, who is coming before Jesus will come. Okay? And this right here is role models for Antichrist right here.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the museum, the wax museum. Thousands of dead souls covered in wax.
The definition of clown, the word actually means clod or buffoon. And to look at these pictures, I don't feel that someone is going to do something humorous. Pablo Picasso put it best. Clowns are the mirrors of humanity. When you see the clown, you see yourself. I do not see myself in this picture in any way, shape, or form.
And these guys right here, the way they look like monsters. Just the way they made their faces up is evil. Just when you thought they were dead. Dead. Now they're talking about death. Clowns are nothing like death. They're supposed to bring joy. They bring evil. It's just, you know, skulls, dreadlocks. There's not one clown that has dreadlocks. Their mean looks, all these little points. They look like they're a part of Satan. Kids, this is not what clowns are about. They're good. They're not clowns. They're insane Satan posse. That's what it is.
I'm Ron Monastery. I'm Vincent's dad. I drive him usually to all the ICP concerts and autograph signings and stuff with him. You know, when he was in the baseball, little league, scouting, swimming for the high school team, whatever, you're involved with your kids. So now they've 4 or 5 years, they've been following ICP, so I want to be with them, so I don't see anything wrong with it.
That's the right there.
Once they start listening to these songs that feature death and Satanism and the occult, it's almost like an addiction. What comes out of your mouth is what's in your mind and in your heart.
This midget this boy's not stopping. Oh my, look at the witch you crushed and killed that wicked old bitch. All the kids that, you know, not made fun of us, but we gave about always wearing ICP shirts and, well, ICP ain't real, Vince. Come on, dude. They suck. They're punks. They did the freshest. Everyone would see us going with our faces painted. With the camera, seeing us on MTV. Then who'd be cool? They'd be jocking us. Being like, oh, can we be your friends? That's how they'd be. Losers.
Today we sit at the headquarters for FBI, and we are the booking agency for the Insane Clown Posse. Met the clowns in December of 1994. I organized a show in New York City at a venue called Tramps. Everyone hated them. The venue hated them, my friends hated them, my peers hated them, my colleagues, everyone hated them. And it was that night that, you know, I fell in love with them.
I think they're a bunch of I ain't cleaning the bus. I hope you realize that. They can just kiss my ass for all I care. They had some porno going on in here today. This was clean this morning. This is filth. This is filth. But these guys are animals. I've been getting, my bus has been getting tagged by people, you know, gang signs, and I'm so tired of it, I'm not going to do it anymore. Not with you guys. No.
I met the band several years ago. I was in Detroit with them, covered with Faygo, just standing there mesmerized. And this was just at the supermarket. Every album has a message, and it's changed my life. It really has. Kind of like Richard Simmons with The Deal a Meal for some, Anthony Robbins with the Awaken the Giant Within You. For me, it's been ICP, and now all I want to do is kill.
I got hooked up with Insane Clown Posse, and I got a phone call saying we had to play on a track on their forthcoming album, right? And I heard it, and I thought it was great. I said, yeah. And that was basically it. It's just took a I've ever seen yet. It really only took 5 seconds of listening to it. I said, this is definitely cool. I thought the subject matter was great.
An album by a rap group called Insane Clown Posse has been pulled from release because the Disney company decided that the lyrics to the songs were too indecent for any Disney label.
As you'll recall, Hollywood Records, a subsidiary of the Disney company, having paid a reported $1 million by the group's contract from Jive Records, released a new album by the Detroit duo last week called The Great Milenko. Then, that very same day, Disney recalled the album, claiming it had just discovered the record wasn't exactly filled with family fun.
But I tell you, Walt Disney Company, this is a Walt Disney band, if there ever was one.
Well, I came into work one morning, and Michael had this long face, like it was the end of the world, and he explained that Disney had pulled the band's record from the stores, and the tour was being canceled, and he was upset, and I had to explain to him that this was the best thing that could possibly happen. I mean, you can't pay for this kind of thing to happen.
The title of the band should be Inane Clown Posse, not Insane Clown Posse. If you don't know any better, you think they're great. You know, it's like, some people consider Black Velvet Elvis great art.
People have been, you know, saying horrible things about my band over the years, and it's never bothered me because the ones that they scream the most about seem to be the ones that become the biggest. So I'm just going to sit back and watch these guys become millionaires.
This band will go nowhere.
There's no getting rid of the Dark Carnival. Your daughter loves me. She's gonna bring me home for stew tonight. If I get banned off every venue in the country, I'll do a show in your backyard. You'll never get rid of the Dark Carnival.
Detroit is where I'm from, and we're notorious for having very violent, unruly audiences. Child's play compared to an ICP concert.
Welcome to your death. We break necks, shatter spleens, crush spines, and snap vertebrae. That's how we get applause.
It's violent. Yeah. Man, there's people jumping on top of your head. I mean, I was in front row the whole last concert, and they got just people, you know, wanting to get up on stage, and then they just run around and jump right on top of people's heads and go crowd surfing.
Every year, MTV auctions off an hour of broadcasting to raise money for the Nordhoff-Robbins Music Therapy Foundation. This year, the hour was purchased by Island Records. This is how they decided to spend their money.
We made a deal with the band manager that in this building, we'd like you to do it a little more professional. There won't be any women thrown from the stage into the crowd.
And this girl tried to freak Ronald J in front of a microphone. He just picked her up, lifted her over her head, threw her onto the crowd. It was so cool.
They basically violated every condition that they had agreed to going into the date.
Last Halloween show, when they had a Rubbermaid bucket full of Faygo because they were filling up with super soakers, and they, at the end, they threw it, and it was all full of Faygo, and they threw it on her forehead, and put her whole forehead out there.
Kids are flying off the balcony. Kids are swan diving off the speaker stands. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Pure anarchy. At our shows, the Juggalos are on stage, and we're in the crowd.
Hello, I'm Spider. We are the personal bodyguards for ICP. We basically keep things under control for the others. Walking around when they're not on stage, making sure that they're safe. You understand? Safe.
They jump on stage on people, they throw pictures into the crowd. They don't give a there's nothing. Moshing, you're killing people, kicking in the head, and nobody cares.
During this recent tour, we had electrical fires in one of the venues. Some of the special effects shorted out, had stages collapsed, had power lines pulled from the ceiling. I've seen pretty much all of it.
What I'm going to ask is you take out the ropes and just let some edge down and make sure you ain't got any needles on it, okay? Do me a favor, bro. Don't film this.
The last tour playing in Cleveland without a barricade, the entire crowd of about 1,000 managed to make it up on the stage, and all the props were destroyed. We barely got Violent J and 2 dope officers in their lives. Literally, they were crushed against the scenery, and it was exciting.
Arms, leg injuries, and head injuries are typically the most common. People are crowd surfing and moshing. We get lots of cracked heads and injured limbs.
Mainly stage diving or interacting with the bouncers. That tends not to go over so well.
Security guards beat out of some guys pretty cool, actually. It was awesome, though, man. That guy got beat down with the guy throwing him out. They slammed him into the wall like 4 times, and then kicked him out down. It was awesome.
Mike comes out of nowhere with a cane he found in somebody's van and just said,
and then his brother come out and wanted to play. They're on the ground wrestling. I came running up in the head.
but hey, it's Casualties of War. It's a blast.
You assume that fans are going to have fun, and if it gets a little rough, well, they know what they get into, especially if they're going to a clown show.
And the injuries that you're seeing a lot at ICP?
Oh, mostly bumps and bruises, things like that.
What about broken bones? You've heard about some broken bones and stuff.
Time out. I can't answer that.
You can't answer that? It's about the broken bones?
I was in the front row, and I was getting my ass kicked, and like both my shoulders were touching each other like that.
Bouncing all around and getting chucked on the floor and getting back up. Two dope landed on my ass, man. It was cool as hell, dude.
Oh,
Violent
man.
J gave me shoes.
Two dope shoes.
Looking at how many times Violent J tied his shoelace, man.
So they wouldn't fall off.
Yeah, it smelled. They smell like Faygo.
Yeah, they taste like Faygo toothpicks for shoving that down my throat.
It was the best, man. Rock.
What do your parents think I should be?
They hate him, but I don't care to the farm.
All right, guys. That was super dope. It was very interesting to know that they were signed to Disney, and Disney dropped them. Going to a show. A lot of you guys tell me I need to go to like a gathering and stuff, but it seemed like on this, man, like everybody got hurt. But yeah, man, this was some solid stuff. A lot of the songs that was played I've never reacted to. So if you know any of the songs, drop them down in the comments so I can get onto that. This wasn't really a documentary like I kind of thought. This was just kind of people's thoughts and stories on the situation, I guess. Kind of, you know, that, I don't know, you know, some of the promoters and stuff talking bad about them. But in a way, I kind of seemed like this was all just fun. Like the pool dude, it kind of didn't seem that real, like he really worked for them. He may have, but they just kind of made it into like a joke. But super solid, guys. We got Big Money Rustlers coming up next. This was just a request, and somebody give me the link. So we're definitely just threw this one in there. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I didn't stop through any of it. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. I seen a lot of people that was in Big Money Hustlers on there too. Like the one guy giving the RV away and stuff. And another thing I want to touch on is Faygo. That's all we drank growing up, but I just never, you know, knew that ICP was anything to do with it. But yeah, solid, guys. Down in the comments, where we going next.